welcome you into another edition of the Coach Shinnick Show. I'm Will Kennedy. This is Coach Pete Shinnick with the UWF football team. We are in Rome, Georgia this week, coming off the first victory of the season. First, congratulations, Coach.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we're excited to get it done.
It was an interesting game, especially that first half, and we'll start there. You were talking with us last week about what you needed to do to kind of tweak this offense up a little bit, and they came out of the gate and looked really good offensively, especially Austin Reed.
Yeah, extremely productive. Obviously, first two drives, you take those down, you score. And then the third drive, I felt like we were rolling. We were moving. We have the fumble. Okay, fourth drive, we have a drop on third down that's a conversion, and then we just kind of, went to a place that I didn't like. And while that's happening, I think our guys are kind of questioning, wondering what's going on, and really didn't end the first half the way we wanted to, but I think we fixed it.
42-14 was the final score. Let's dive into a little bit of the first half highlights. And you get that first drive going, and really a nice mixture of some things. I know you wanted to get the running game on track. You're able to do that a little bit. That one is capped off with Austin Reed, who we talked about his ability as a runner to really be a power runner, especially down near the goal line.
Yeah, we really feel like he's got a knack to keep it even down there. And I think what that's going to do is now people are going to start to count for him. And if you account for him, that's great because we think we got some good running backs. As we saw later in the game, felt like Anthony Johnson finally got to get his legs underneath him a little bit. So Austin be able to run, we get in those situations. We had one in the second half where he pulled on a fourth down, was able to get a first down for us. So it's a great element to the offense that if you've been watching our team play, we really haven't had that in the first three seasons.
They punch right back after your opening touchdown and make it 7-7. Tupac Lanier, their running back. Was that just a missed assignment, or?
Well, it was a new scheme. They gapped us up and really hit a big one. We were obviously expecting some sort of pass deal there, and they just popped it, and you saw his speed, and we got caught off guard.
You answer right back again. Another sustained drive and able to move the ball in chunks at times, but also keep the chains moving as well. Ends with another Austin run where he just, puts the head down and runs over somebody.
Yeah, he on that one, really we kind of played the numbers a little bit, and we're like, okay, maybe he dives, gets us, down to the 1 yard line or something. But he just, really gave himself a great plunge there. We get back, we're up now, by 7.
They've got an experienced quarterback. He hooks up on a play, kind of maybe a missed tackle over there. They end up taking it in. It's 14-14 going to the half after a missed field goal as well. You go in at the half, and you're feeling good about the offense, but there's some things that need to be cleaned up.
Well, I just told our guys, look, we've got a saying about, our best is good enough. And I mean, I said, look, if that's your best, it's going to be a long season, guys. And I really didn't yell at them or get upset at them. I just challenged them. We really want to pursue Arate in everything that we do. And so I was like, we got to have a relentless pursuit of excellence in the second half. Let's go out and prove the type of football team that we think we're capable of. And I think 4 stops, 4 scores right there to get started. That was huge.
I'd like to bottle whatever you did at halftime there. We could sell that off, probably make a lot of money off of that. Coming up next, we will dive into that second half, look at the highlights and what was just really a track meet and a historic day in many ways for Austin Reed. That's coming up next here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Success isn't measured by fame or fortune, by the number of friends you have, or the number of likes you get. It's measured by time and the amount of times you influence others to be better, to create something greater, and to do more for the community. Success rises above any challenge to transform something small into something spectacular. Something that pushes us beyond what's possible and withstands the test of time. Success is measured by the impact you make. What impact will you make? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens.
So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
You got me falling hard, sweet baby. You got me falling hard for you. It's the
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show, coming off a 42-14 win against Shorter in Rome, Georgia on the road. 2 games to open up the season on the road. The team will be back at home this week. We'll talk a little bit more about the Virginia-Lynchburg game coming up later in the show. Let's talk about this second half, though. One of those halves where it's not enough maybe to say the offense was clicking, because they were doing more than clicking. You guys get the ball the first time, and it's right down the field.
Yeah, and we just really wanted to reestablish some of the things that we felt like we had success with, obviously, in the first half, and take a look at a couple new things. But really, I think that's a rhythm that our guys, we've seen that out of our guys. We had a couple scrimmages where we click like that. We went. I felt like this is probably the best that our first 5 offensive linemen have played together as a group. They looked really good. And really, when you can run and throw, obviously that makes it fun. And I think you started to see a little bit of what I think we can get run game wise, a little bit of what we feel like we can accomplish on the ground.
The accuracy from Austin Reed and from JC as well when he got in later in the game. He throws a touchdown pass there to Kevin Grant for 8 yards to get the first score of the second half, 21-14 at that point. And then the big play on the next possession, after the defense does a nice job getting the ball back, Quentin Randolph, he was not going to be denied. He's diving for that end zone.
Yeah. No, and great effort on his part, but again, I think really good ball placement. And I think one of the things that you're seeing out of both our guys here is, there aren't a lot of bad balls or miscues or anything like that. Those guys dialed in. We really had catchable balls, I think, in every one that we threw.
You guys get the ball back again, driving down the field again. Karan Ashley, and I thought on the touchdown pass there, 16 yards, that Austin did a great job spreading the football to a lot of guys.
Yeah, he did, and we kind of went field a little bit and then came back to the boundary on that play. And Karan, that was really an us or nobody catch, and that's one of the things we talk about, a little bit of that back shoulder, really puts it compromise on the defensive back. Love where we're putting the ball, and then love, again, who do you want to double there? Rodney Coates is a guy that probably had one of his better days catching, okay? You see Kevin Grant out there catching the ball. You see Quentin Randolph. You see Karan Ashley. That's exciting. Kenneth Chanel 2 weeks in a row has just been solid. Doesn't have the numbers probably that the other guys do, and then obviously there's Tate. So we feel like we've got a nice little mix of who we can go to and who we can count on.
35-14 at that point, and then you mentioned Rodney Coates. He catches the last touchdown on a 20-yarder. He led the way, I think 7 receptions today. Q had over 100 yards. Tate had a bunch of catches. You touched on it. But I was also impressed. You talked about the running game. Anthony Johnson, solid day, 70 yards. You guys ran for 140 as a team.
Right.
That's what you want to do.
That is, and we want to be able, obviously, to keep people honest. And, early on, I think they were crowding us a little bit, but Anthony, showed his patience. We came into this game wanting to establish Anthony Johnson a little bit, wanting to put him in a position where he could be a little more successful. Excited that it played out. Now we got to build on that.
And Coach Dillon got the defense dialed in the second half. Nice job of getting to the quarterback, and I thought Chandler Ferguson played a good game. A lot of guys did.
Yeah, I really liked how we flew around. And again, I think it's assignment football. It's us playing, the way we're capable of, getting done what we want to, and then being as dialed in, as focused as we can. Again, we excellence, pursuit of that this week. That's what we want. Now we get a chance to come home, play at Blue Wahoo Stadium. We're excited to be in front of our home crowd.
Always a better bus ride home with a W in the back pocket, right?
No doubt.
We'll talk more with Coach about Virginia and Lynchburg in the next game, and the home opener coming up. But we did have a chance, and it always works out this way. We had a chance to sit down with Quentin Randolph this week to talk about his experience here as one of the originals in the program.
Sure.
We'll do that next, coming up on the Coach Shinnick Show.
You can't stop it. That undeniable charge. So bright, so loud. It rips through the clutches of mediocrity. It breaks down walls, blazes past old ways of thinking. It's creativity, pure electric energy. What will you do with it? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Meet George. He's always searching for a new adventure and has big plans to build. Dad supports his vision and is ready to lend a helping hand. He's using a Pen Air personal loan to bring George's imagination to life. And now, their next big adventure awaits in their own backyard. Here's to banking smarter and reaching higher. Apply today at penair.org/loans.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
What's even better than going to a UWF football game? Going with all your friends. Decks are available for groups between 25 and 200 people. All group decks come with a UWF football game ticket, food, and soft drinks. It's great for company outings, group functions, birthday parties, and youth groups. Prices start as low as $25 per person. Call 850-474-2746 for more information or to book your deck today. We're here spending a little time with senior wide receiver from the UWF football team, Quentin Randolph from Navarre, local guy.
Yes,
now,
sir.
you've been here since the beginning. So what is this experience like for you, this senior year, this last ride, if you will?
It's amazing, man. Like I said, they can't see it right now, but this beautiful Pen Air field right behind us, this beautiful Darrell Gooden building. Just to come here at the beginning and this whole spot just be trees, to being in the women's away volleyball locker room with 100+ guys and just like 20 hooks. It's just awesome. I feel like y'all watch my son grow or something. That's what I equate it to. But my last ride is just bittersweet right now. I try not to think about it as much. You know, they say like cherish every moment, but I try not to do that because I don't want to get emotional just yet. You know, I'll probably say that for senior night or something, but.
You can live in the moment.
Yeah. I'm living in the moment. Yeah. I'm taking it at like one day at a time every week.
Has it kind of crossed your mind though that you just kind of touched on it, that you're part of creating something, that this, years down the road, people may look back and say, those guys that helped build this.
Yep. I can't wait for that moment to be able to come back. Hopefully, this will be a stadium by then and see how far UWF has come, and I just want that moment where I get to walk out there and put my hands up and be real old and just the inaugural team. That's what my dad preached to me when I first signed. He was like, you'll be a part of the inaugural team, and me being young, I was like, whatever, but that's a pretty big deal.
People that see you on the field and warm-ups, people that see you in the game, and we've exposed a little bit of you at practice and in the locker room and things like that. You've got boundless energy and that smile all the time and everything, but you fought through some adversity too.
Yes. So my first two to 3 years, a little bit including the national championship year, I wasn't where I wanted to be. Of course, everybody wants to come and play, but I had to go through scout team. I had some academic troubles, so I went through a little bit of turmoil to get where I am. But that just makes the story as beautiful as it is. So that's why when you see me, I'm always energetic, always excited, because I know where I was and I know how hard it was to get to where I am. So now I'm just excited and happy to be able to play.
Some guys have a knack for making spectacular catches. You are that guy.
Appreciate
the
that.
DNA test is in. You're 100% that guy. We've seen it last year against Carson Newman in the first game. You made a couple this year in the road game. You were telling me you don't really think about, you just go up and get it, no regard for your safety.
Yep. I don't really think about anything but catching the ball. So if I got to jump 50 feet, if I know I'm about to get hit, because if you think about anything else, when the ball's in the air, most likely you're going to drop it. And spectacular catches, I try to make that a trademark. Everybody is able to catch hitches and things like that. But if you want to be great, certain balls that you come down will make you a great player. So that's what I want to be.
This offense has got the potential to be pretty special. You've got a group of good quarterbacks. You've got a stable of wide receivers that can do different things with you, Tate, Kev, and other guys. How good can this offense be?
Phenomenal. And for how many mistakes we made last game, for the margin to still be that short, it just shows that if we really lock in, it can be very dangerous. And I'm looking forward to us locking in this week and for the weeks to come, but this offense could be phenomenal, very explosive.
And for you, we talked about it, this is the last ride. You've been here since the beginning. That leadership role for you, take it very seriously.
I take it extremely seriously because as a leader, And as a senior, the team's only going to go as far as you go. So I have to let myself know that when I'm coming into practice and things like that. If my energy's down, everybody else's energy's down. If my energy's up, everybody else's energy's up. So I'm trying to lead this team to victory. As a senior, they're looking for me to be a leader, so that's what I want to do.
All right, so come out and catch this guy, Quentin Randolph, senior receiver, in the first home game coming up this week on Saturday. It's a wideout, and you can come see this guy make another spectacular catch. Well, coming up next, we'll break down some of the other fall sports that are in action. You're watching the Coach Shinnick Show.
Success isn't measured by fame or fortune. It's measured by time and the amount of times you influence others to be better, to transform something small into something spectacular. Success is measured by the impact you make. What impact will you make? The University of West Florida. No limits.
You got me falling hard, sweet baby, you got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before, you know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. Time to talk about some of the other fall sports here at the University of West Florida that are in action. The women's soccer team off to a good start. Coach Joe Bartlinski, we talked about it last week, 500th career victory. They had a busy weekend as well. On the road down at Rollins, always a tough opponent, and it was a tough game. They come out on the short end of this score, 3-2. Annie Rolfe scoring a goal, and they give the whole team a goal in that game as well. But then turning it back around on Sunday against Albany State at home, this one a blowout, 5 goals scored. Rolfe with 2 of those. Peyton Peppers, Katie Vance, and Destiny Hurd all scoring as well. So the team improves to 2-1 on the season. We had a chance to catch up with Coach and Annie Rolfe after the game.
It definitely helped with our confidence, especially being knocked a little bit on the road. It was never nice to lose, especially in the last 40 seconds. So having this game under our belts now really pushes us to go forward and improve every training session, really.
Yeah, had a chance to get a lot of players in the game to evaluate. So today was a good evaluation. Like I said, it was a very difficult team. They made it tough. Again, they were undefeated, had beaten conference opponent, and so pleased that we were able to attack them. Tough team, undefeated team who has a lot of individual talent, well-coached team. So I'll take the victory. I saw some very good things, and I saw some things that we need to work on. So overall, pleased. Good bounce back mentally, I think, and then it's off to the next game.
Women's soccer hosts St. Leo, that game coming up on Sunday right here on the campus at UWF. The men also in action, only 1 game over the weekend, but it was a good one. They make the trip down to Rollins as well and pull out the 1-0 win against a very good Rollins team. Bernardo Torres coming up with the goal in this one, and the clean sheet, always great when the defense can keep the other team off. I always say the other team can't win if they don't score. It usually works out that way, especially in soccer. The men will be in action again on Saturday at Spring Hill. That should be a good one, 1 o'clock kick there as well. UWF volleyball, this part of the season, we talked with Coach Melissa Walter last week right here on the show. They are taking on some of the toughest opponents in the country. No exception this week as they made a trip out to Colorado for the Colorado Premier Tournament. splitting 4 matches in this one, all against ranked teams. They lost the opener against Concordia St. Paul, but then turned around and got a win in the first day of action against Ferris State, number 11 in the country, a 3-2, 5-set match, 19 blocks in this one. The defense would be huge in the wins. In the second day of play, losing to Texas A&M Commerce, number 20 in the country, but then turning around, beating another Texas team in the next match, number 9 Tarleton State. Again, 19 blocks. Jordan Poppin had a good tournament. All the names you know coming up big. The team is now 4-4 on the season. Coach Walter and the ladies make a trip to Aiken, South Carolina for the Pacer Invitational this week against more stiff competition. And UWF cross country in action down in Gainesville at the Mountain Dew Invitational, but they are home this week. First time in about 15 years that they'll have a home meet right here on the campus in Pensacola. Look forward to that. It starts at 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Coming up next here on the show, we'll check in with Coach Shinnick again to talk about that first home game for football and the matchup against the Virginia Lynchburg Dragons. Keep it right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
You can't stop it. That undeniable charge. A thunderous spark. So bright. So loud. It cuts through clutter. Rips through the clutches of mediocrity. It breaks down walls. Tears down barriers. And blazes past old ways of thinking. It demands to be seen, heard, and understood. It's creativity. Pure electric energy. What will you do with it? The University of West Florida. No limits.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Meet George. He's always searching for a new adventure and has big plans to build. Dad supports his vision and is ready to lend a helping hand. He's using a Penn Air personal loan to bring George's imagination to life. And now, their next big adventure awaits in their own backyard. Here's to banking smarter and reaching higher. Apply today at pennair.org/loans.
What's even better than going to a UWF football game? Going with all your friends. Decks are available for groups between 25 and 200 people. All group decks come with a UWF football game ticket, food, and soft drinks. It's great for company outings, group functions, birthday parties, and youth groups. Prices start as low as $25 per person. Call 850-474-2746 for more information or to book your deck today. Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. Coach Shinnick joining us once again, and we're ready to break down the first home game of the season. We talked about it earlier in the show. You know, when you've been out on the road 2 weeks to start the season, now you get this stretch, and really kind of unusual, 3 weeks in a row at home and then a bye week. It'll be a month before you see the road again.
And we're excited about that. After two, long trip there to Carson Newman and then shorter, a 1 o'clock game, which speeds things up a little bit. We're very excited to get back to Blue Wahoo Stadium and be in front of our home crowd.
Let's talk a little bit about the opponent for this first home game. It'll be a 6 o'clock kick on Saturday the 21st, a whiteout game, so encouraging fans to get there. I think the first 2,000 fans get the white pom-poms. Students will get the white tee. Wear white. Just wear white. Make it look cool in the stadium. Virginia Lynchburg comes in. This is a team that has struggled to start the season. They've already played 3 games, all of them losses.
Yeah, they're a team that really, as we are always looking for a game, they happen to have a bye week, and as scheduling has gotten tougher and tougher for us, we saw that they had an opening and we jumped on it. They have, struggled this year to get out the gate, and we want to keep it that way. We want to continue to keep them struggling.
What do you know about this team? I mean, I know sometimes when you bring in an opponent like this added to the schedule, have you had a chance to look at some of the film?
Yeah, we've recently gotten some film on them. Don't know a whole lot. Their roster kind of changes year to year. Big on defense. They could, athletic quarterback, couple of wide receivers that I think can create some problems in the passing game if we're not dialed in and where we need to be. So for us, as we look at it, it's a non-conference game. It's an opportunity for us to get better. And really, we went into Shorter. We felt like Shorter was much improved from a year ago. I think they had high hopes, and we ended up, I think handling them well in the second half. But as you saw in the first half, as we talked about, we got to be dialed in, or we don't play as well as we need to be. So this is a game really about us getting better and playing at our best.
The Virginia Lynchburg Dragons, the 3 losses are giving up an average of 50 points a game. You guys are coming off that second half where the offense, really the whole game, the offense was clicking very well. I'm sure those guys' eyes are very big, and you want to see them continue what they're doing. Do you have to kind of talk to them, though, about not getting too excited?
Well, we just want them, we want them to play great football, and I mean, we just want them to keep doing that. And I want to go out, it's, when J.C. Robles got in the game there at the end, I said, hey, look, man, we're going to score. So there's 6 minutes to go. I mean, let's go put this thing in the end zone, do what you got to do. We had some penalties, but, that's our mentality. We want to go and go and go and go and give our guys an opportunity to be successful.
Let's talk about playing at home at Blue Wahoo Stadium and the fact that, the last week or two with the Blue Wahoos unfortunately out of the playoffs, the transition has taken place. The bleachers have been put in, the grass has been put down. It is a unique place to play football. But over the years that you've been here, adding the Argo Athletic Band last year, the excitement that started to generate and build each and every year, really kind of a cool place to play.
It's been phenomenal. And, when I took the job, and I got my first opportunity to walk into that stadium, I mean, my first thought was, this is the most unique small college football venue in the country. And it has lived up to that feeling that I had the first time I walked in there. And we love it. Our players love it. Our fans have been fantastic. And really, the transition that our staff and the Wahoo staff, what they do to make that stadium into a great football environment is just amazing. And obviously, we want the Wahoos to continue to have success, but it's always fun to see how quickly we turn that thing from baseball to football as well.
Yeah, if you haven't been down there, of course, there's a chance to kick a football into the bay on a field goal extra point. You're a Colorado guy at one point, so it's kind of the Red Rocks of college football environments. Speaking of the special teams a little bit, we've seen some kick returns now. I've had a chance to see some of these guys, Karan and Marcus, get into the kick return, and frankly, they've done pretty well with that. And then I know you're still kind of tweaking the kicking game a little.
We are, and very pleased with what Karan has been able to do back there. Dimitri Birch, we got him a return as well on punt. Excited about that. Marcus Clayton, he did that for us in 17, very successful. To have him back, you saw some of that electricity that he brings. We're excited what we're getting in the return game. I think Dawson Hamlin, we got a freshman snapper, Wyatt. He's snapping really well. Dawson Hamlin punted the ball well. Still haven't figured out field goal, but we're working on it.
Matter of time till we pop a return? Feels that way.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Again, 6 o'clock kickoff at Blue Wahoo Stadium this week. Get there early, cheer on your Argos. And, Coach, looking forward to pulling out another W for you guys.
No, thank you.
All right, we'll see you right here next week on the Coach Shinnick Show.